Hello everybody, Roy here. I'm going to be showing you how to debug your server and find something that would crash your server. First of all, I'm going to be doing it on my test server, which is located right here. But yeah, and we're just going to be using the default CVAR crash. So to be first of all, first you're going to want to add -con debug to your command line, and for NFO the command line is located right here in the manage panel. This is a command line, has con debug. Actually ZE doesn't because the thing takes it off, the auto thing, but something like GFL ZE would have it. There it is, con debug. So you will want to add that. It will require a server restart, like closing the process out, a server restart for NFO, and booting it up. Now let me just say here, it'll be in the console.log is the main log. It will get very large. So you boot up, it won't be large at first, of course, but as time goes on. Con debug 0 kilobytes, 11 kilobytes now. This basically shows you everything on the server, every log, everything going on in the server. Basically prints the console of the server to this log file. Everything that happens is print here. So this is how the default server starts up. So on Windows, you can't really delete it, because if you delete it, it'll say try again using process. But on Linux, you can delete the console.log at any time. But yeah, you can find if it's Linux. I think it's server health. Yeah, it says OS is Linux or OS is Windows. So if it ever got too large, which it does often, for Linux you can just delete it. For Windows, you're going to have to shut down the server and delete it, then delete it, I guess. But yeah, you will have to download it, and I would suggest for large files opening something. I have a file here, gflclan.com/game-notepad 2 rar. Okay, never mind, that's not it. Get what it's called on my. I know this works. You can just download this anywhere and it will open automatically. Save this anywhere you want. And it's basically something that Soja probably has more suggestions for this, but I use this just because I'm used to it. You can go to your console.log file now and open it with it. And this is only for a large server, like large log files, I meant. So you just open it through here, and it will work. Let me just close the door. There we go. So now we can open this up. This is how the server starts out. Now let's crash our server, and I'll show you what it looks like. We're just gonna do I don't know why people are messaging me on TeamSpeak. I don't read TeamSpeak messages, so SV cheats 1, and we can just type crash, automatically crash the server. And now on NFO, if it crashes now, you can look at the console.log, and I'm just going to open it up through here because console.log isn't very big. It will show the last lines before the crash started, like before the crash. This usually indicates when it crashed, and usually leads to a plugin causing the crash or a specific event, such as player death. That means you have options that whatever plugin does things on player death must be it. So forcing a crash, if it auto reboots, which will happen many times, it will probably say this is gonna have to reload. Just wait a second here. There we go. Reload. Server is hibernating. Now this is when you have to on Windows, it only boots up when the server is started. So if you're looking for server crashes, you want to copy this and go back. If you want to find the latest crash, you go to the bottom of the file and you hit Control F, usually find server is hibernating, look up, and you'll find when the last time the server crashed, and you'll find everything before it. You can do this in the Notepad too. I have a lot of crap in here. Notepad 2, right here. You can do the find option here as well. Do it in here for this. Control F. Server is hibernating. Find previous. There you go. You found, and then you can look up more and more as time goes on. So like that, and then it will say blah blah blah. So you can basically find when it was loaded. So that's how you find crashes, really. You just have to make sure like what you're putting on works, and I would suggest learning coding, etc. Like for SourcePawn or Lewis. So if you're suspicious if something like a plugin crashes the server, you can actually go into the plugin itself and check the events of when it crashes and compare it and see if there's anything in the plugin that would crash the server. I would also recommend looking up on the Allied Modders thread or Lua plugin to see if other people got crashes. Yeah. That's basically it. Basically, you know, they diagnose your server. Make sure it doesn't crash. Or not to make sure it doesn't crash, to make sure, find out what's crashing it. Like I said, this file will get very large and it will take a while to download depending on your speeds and depending on the box you're downloading from. Because some NFO boxes download very slow and we tried telling them about it, but they don't really care, honestly. But yeah, and if it's, usually it'll say if this is like a large file, it cannot open in, let me see if I can find a large file. I'm gonna have one. Here it is. Does it open? Yeah, it opens. So for NFO servers, this is usually the first line when the server starts. So I just look for this, but I forget what server it's on. EUZM. Okay. So I was, looking up when it crashes because this crash issue still exists. So let's look up here. Now see, the problem is, Notepad++ is pretty slow with large files. So if it takes this long, yeah, it's taking a while. We can actually go to this file, this notepad, and look it up from here. Because this is just a much faster, less resource intensive notepad. We can find it here. It just takes a while to open a file, and that's it. Copy that, it's already copied. So go down here, find previous. There it is. We crashed on here, but this may not be the actual crash. Actually, it crashed right on map change. This is indicating there's a map change here. And if we scroll up, like all these CVARs right here, that means the map switched. If it's setting all those CVARs. So, go up. You can see this happened January 9th. This is from a while ago. But yeah, it happened a while ago. This is when it switched right here. That's when it switched. And it crashed right over here. Right here. This is the last line it crashed on. This is when the new server booted up. We can find another previous. Okay, this is server out restart. This means NFL automatically restarted this server. This isn't a valid crash because sometimes the server auto restarts because you know, the automatic thing NFO does. And this means there's no clients on the server, I believe, which means it was empty. And if it crashes when it's empty, it's probably an automatic restart. Or, yeah, or on map end. I don't know. Sometimes it actually does Archon stats, but I don't really know if it actually does. We can do an Archon stats command. Or find one. It would be nice. Honestly, I don't know. That might have been another map load. Here's a good one. So you have all these, but these are useless. This happens often. But if you go to like here, here's for instance, if you go see all this at here, we want to find the time it took from here to here. So what I do is take the time from here to here, which is within a second, and then do it from here. So this means this could have happened on the same second it crashed. Which means this could have caused it, which I'm pretty sure this did cost it. I don't know why, but I mean, that's kind of suspicious being there, and that was the last line before this spam that occurred. And considering we took the time from here to here, which was the second, that means when this occurred, within the same second this happened, the server stopped. So yeah, that could have caused that, but I don't really know how to fix that. Here's a good one. So the server crashed when a client entered the game. When it triggered clan tag is like that, it means when the client enters the game. Looks like nothing really else happened. Z-tele happened. A block command was triggered, a Z-tele command. That's just I don't really know the crash issues with I don't really know the crash issues with ZM, honestly. This happened when this was purchased. This is another spam, useless spam. Happens often. You can see the second here. Seconds before this was executed, but this was executed and the server crashed. Like I said, I don't know. It doesn't make sense. Like I'm showing you right now, there's no pattern to this. This must have been another auto reboot because we're seeing this. And nothing happened between this time span, which was 04 to 06, so there's probably no clients on the server, so it must have been another auto reboot or something. Ah, here's something. This happened when somebody killed a zombie with a negav, or negav, I don't know how to call it, because, you know, zombies can't kill humans with negavs. So that wouldn't make sense. But, yeah. So I don't really know the crash issues with it, honestly. Looks like this happened on map change, because I remember these two lines happening on, when the map changes, and look, all the C-bars. So yep, that happened on map change. This happened when these commands were triggered. Spawn, Z-tele. This happened on disconnect. This happened on chat message. This happened on another chat message, and then maybe possibly a suicide with the world. I also have another personal plugin on the server that actually dumps these crashes, and I actually haven't looked at this all day. And I actually should have, because I don't know if the server... Okay, a server crashed 9 minutes ago. Oh, guess what that crash is? This crash is actually the server crash I did a few seconds ago. We're on our personal server. Yeah. That was pretty interesting. That's good to know. This is another crash. I don't know when this happened. Oh, this happened with my other server. Because how I know, but I had 3 servers that are tracked on here. EUZM, USEM, and my personal server. We know this is from my personal server. We know this is from my personal server. And we know this is from my personal server because if you go into another one, NFO servers, such as this, it actually lists it right here, which is executable. NFO does it with different exes. I just do it with srcds.exe, which if you go to here like 7 hours ago, srcds.exe, which must be my server. So none of the servers crashed all day, which is good to know, besides my test server for these ones. But yeah. That's basically it, and that's how you find it. If you want this plugin, you can called Source Mod Accelerator. It's actually not going to be here. I'm gonna look it up on Google. Come on. Oh, source bands. I'm at Source Mod. There it is. There it is, and you can go to the front page. There it is. You can download it. Make sure to add this as your account so you can log in and see them. This basically concludes that tutorial. I will be making more. I got the performance tutorial done, and now I have the crash tutorial done, how to find the crashes. There's more things you can do, but honestly, you should just learn them throughout the time, because I mean, I shouldn't even be teaching you. You should know, like, find this out yourself. But I'm just being helpful. Thanks for watching. Roy out.